I saved the best in our Legionnaire testimony to call upon Bill Paxton, who is a member of the American Legion and of the Veterans of Foreign Wars and a commander thereof, and he's also the Veteran of the Year for San Diego for 2006. Come in, Bill.
All right, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, congressmen, guests, veterans, and that's what this is all about, is our Veterans Memorial. We not only owe it to our veterans, but to their families, our children, our grandchildren, and may we never forget 9/11. May we never forget the POWs and the MIAs that the congressman was talking about. We not only have them on the walls, but we have all of those veterans and their families in our heart. It takes each and every one of us to recognize a veteran. That one atheist, we pray for him in his own way, in his own religion, in his belief. He claims he is a Vietnam veteran. I would like for him to let me know where he was at in Vietnam and who he represents as a veteran. If he's a Vietnam veteran, then he owes it to all these veterans here on our War Memorial to drop his charges and go forth as a veteran and support our American War Memorial here at Mount Soledad and around the world, where we have crosses and we have pictures of the crosses in all these different federal cemeteries, national cemeteries, Arlington National Cemetery. So that cross doesn't represent a certain religion. It represents all the veterans that has fought and died and are in the hospitals today, sacrificing with their wounds so that we can have the freedom to be Americans and be able to be here today. May God bless all of those and their families. And I'd like to share one quick thing with you about our flag. I am your flag. I was born on June the 14th, 1777. I am more than just cloth shaped into design. I am the refuge of the world's oppressed people. I am the silent sentinel of freedom. I am the emblem of the greatest sovereign nation on earth. I am the inspiration for which American patriots gave their lives and fortunes. I have led your sons into battle from Valley Forge to the bloody swamps of Vietnam. I walk in silence with each of your honored dead to their final resting place beneath the silent white crosses, row upon row upon row. I have flown through peace and war, strife and prosperity, and midst it all, I have been respected. My red stripes symbolize the blood spilled in defense of this glorious nation. My white stripes signify the burning tears shed by Americans who lost their sons and daughters. My blue field is indicative of God's heaven under which I fly. Stars, the clusters, as we all know, represent the 50 stars, the 50 states, and those 13 original colonies that made it possible. They cluster together for God and country. Oh Glory is my nickname, and proudly I wave on high. Honor me, respect me, defend me with your lives and fortunes. Never let my enemies tear down from my lofty position, lest I never return. Keep alight the fires of patriotism. Strive earnestly for the spirit of democracy. Worship eternal God and keep its commandments and freedom for all mankind. I am your flag.
I'd like to call now on the man who's led the fight in the courts. I believe the fight has to be made in more areas than the courts because we shouldn't leave these major decisions in our culture in the hands of lawyers sitting as judges. But the fight has to be made in the courts, and I don't think anyone could have made the fight better than has Charles Lamandry in defending this monument, and we are proud to be entering that fight on his side to aid and support him.
Thank you very much, Reese, and thank all of you. I had the good fortune of being born and raised in San Diego. This city has been my home for half a century, and this monument to our veterans has become a familiar part of our landscape to me. As Mayor Sanders said when he had the press conference up here a couple of weeks ago, Mount Soledad Memorial is woven into the culture and the history of the fabric that we know as San Diego. Native San Diegans like myself have been coming up to this cross for decades, find it hard to imagine a San Diego without it, nor should we have to. And I want to say something to the people who have been repeatedly claiming that we can't win this fight. I've been hearing that for 2 years, that I've been actively involved ever since the former city attorney asked me on behalf of the Thomas More Law Center to enter the legal battle. Plans were being made to remove the cross, and everyone was saying that it was over. But yet at the end of 2004, we went to Duncan Hunter, a respected veteran, chairman of the Armed Services Committee, and he put a bill through Congress and got it passed within 3 weeks. He got it signed by the president, which was nothing short of a minor miracle in and of itself. So you see, even then the fight was not over. But when the city council remarkably would not follow through with that act of Congress by donating the land to the people of San Diego, the San Diegans with Mount Soledad National War Memorial Committee was formed. We got 105,000 signatures to get it on the ballot. We got that in 3 weeks. Again, another minor miracle. People said it couldn't be done. And then when there was a challenge made in the courts after we won with 76% of the vote, they were saying that that challenge was going to end the fight, that we couldn't win then. And that was after we were told that a simple majority wouldn't do it. And that was after we were told we had to go get 2/3 of the vote of the people of San Diego. And that was after all the experts said 2/3 of the people in San Diego won't agree on anything anymore. But yet we got 76% of the vote. So it wasn't over then, and it's not over now. The people whose plaques are on these walls behind us didn't know what it meant to give up. If someone told them the battle couldn't be won, it didn't stop them. And I can't imagine how many people are honored behind me on these walls that won battles that they were told could not be won. And so we're here standing together, and I'm so very encouraged that Reese Lloyd and the American Legion is with us now. We're not fighting alone anymore. We've got a tremendous force behind us. And the American people's attention is on this memorial. And we believe we can, by the grace of God, we will win. Thank you very much.